Hey, hello everyone, Michael Crouch here, and welcome to this lesson. We're going to be talking about how you can use paid ads to get clients. Now, the cool thing about this is you're already learning this strategy to do it for your clients, because if you're doing consulting services, you're obviously going to be showing clients how they can use paid ads. That's going to be one of the main things you're going to teach clients is how to leverage Facebook and Instagram ads, and also how to leverage super apps, namely high level, to basically nurture that client as they come in from that paid ad. So it makes sense that if that strategy works so well and that's something that you're consulting the client on, that you're going to do it for yourself. Now, here's the cool thing is this is easier than it's ever been. I like to say that this is push the purple dinosaur simple because literally it's never been easier. So one of the things that's happening with digital marketing and why traditional education is becoming so obsolete is because, especially with marketing, is because things are moving so fast, right? So you have to stay up to date. Facebook's changing their platform literally weekly. Strategies are changing monthly or weekly. And so you have to stay up to date. So more than ever before, you've got to be current. That's like one of the most important things. So that's kind of the more challenging news. The good news that goes with that is that it's literally more simple than it's ever been. It's push the purple dinosaur simple because, again, you have a single marketing platform like Facebook, and especially Facebook lead ads and messenger ads that you can leverage that are just incredibly powerful. And you've got super apps like High Level that have 10 different pieces of software built in. So literally 10 huge chunks of code built into one simple, easy to use, push the purple dinosaur simple app that you can access, again, not only showing your clients how to do it, but how to do it for yourself. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you can do some targeting and get clients in and kind of keep them organized. So we'll kind of go back to the basics here. So the first one here, DM. Now, I'm not talking about sliding in the DM on Instagram. When I say DM here, I'm talking about digital marketing, okay? So with digital marketing, you want to focus on, again, what is that common denominator? What is that single thing that you can focus on that's going to be something that you can learn quickly and that you can implement quickly, okay? So when it comes to digital marketing, obviously we know that number one is going to be Facebook. And Facebook controlling Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and all of Facebook's partners. Now within Facebook, we want to even get a little bit more specific, right? Because if we're going to learn all the aspects of Facebook marketing, it's going to be a little bit to learn. And again, it's all about creating momentum. It's all about being able to get clients for your business and for your clients' businesses quickly and efficiently without you having to sit there for months and months and months and try to learn everything there is to know about Facebook marketing or digital marketing. So if we break this down to the common denominator, we're going to talk about two major ad types. That's going to be lead ads and messenger ads. Now again, we want to make this as simple as we can to start off with. So instead of focusing on both of these, I'm just going to focus on this one to start, lead ads. Just this strategy alone can create huge revenue for the clients you're working with. And obviously, what does that mean for you? If you're creating huge revenue for your clients, that means you get to take a piece of it as a digital marketing consultant, okay? So when you're doing this for yourself, obviously you're going to be looking for clients in your space. So one of the things you can do that's really powerful that I've done is niche down. So as an example, if you were going to run an ad to, let's say, a dentist, right? And we have a company called Dentist Digital. So if I go to that client as Dentist Digital and you're my competitor and you go to that client as Jack of all trades digital marketing service, who do you think that client is going to pick? Well, I can tell you that our monkey brains are not that complex when it comes to this kind of stuff. And if a dentist sees a company called Dentist Digital, even if their service is inferior to, let's say, a general consultant, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go with Dentist Digital because they want to work with a specialist. So one of the things that you can do off top is basically niche down. They say the old saying, the riches are in the niches. It's because clients want to work with people that are niche specific to their industry. Okay, so that's one big piece of advice I can give you. So if you're running lead ads to, let's say, we'll use dentists in this example. So you're going to be targeting, let's say, just dentists. Okay, so you're going to want to have some sort of hook that's going to bring them in. And I'm going to take you on my computer and we're going to actually kind of walk through some different ways that you can do research into finding what is a good hook to bring people in on. Okay, so let's assume that you already kind of have your hook, you already have your piece that you're going to be kind of pushing out to dentists to get them interested in your services. Well, what are you going to do next? Well, we're going to use the same strategy that we use for our clients, and that means we are going to use apps. And in this case, we're going to use the same app that we recommend for our clients to start off with. Again, that common denominator, we want to keep things simple. Not to say you can't use more apps in the future, but to start off with, again, it's all about momentum. You have to have wave selection, you have to pick the wave, pick your niche that you're going to go after, and then you've got to paddle, paddle, paddle and create momentum so you can stand up on that board and ride the wave. So if you want to create momentum, you need to have a super app working on your behalf that you can learn quickly, that you can implement quickly, that's going to be quick for you to use for yourself and also quick for you to use for your clients. And so for this, we're going to use a super app called High Level. Okay. Now the nice thing about using this combination right here, okay, so we're gonna take Messenger ads off the plate for now, just because again we're gonna focus on basically the most simplified way to get things going for yourself is to run a lead ad. To get leads, you're gonna be capturing name, email, and phone number, and it's gonna be sending that name, email, and phone number down into this super app here called High Level, which is going to do a lot of the organization for you. Now, what is High Level doing? Okay, so the first thing that High Level can do for you is it can have what's called a live call connect. So when that lead comes in, imagine you offer something to the dentist. Maybe it's a free report that you're giving them or some sort of free consultation, and they say, hey, I want to take advantage of that. I want to get that free report. They're going to click the button to say, yes, I want this free thing that you're going to give me. When they click that button on a Facebook lead ad, the neat thing is, and the reason it's such a game changer, is because Facebook already has their name, their email, their phone number stored. Okay, so if you were to, before lead ads, if you were to want to collect a phone number, you would have to send them to a landing page. You'd have to build that landing page, right? And your conversion rate is going to be much, much lower if you ask for a phone number, because people just don't like to give out their phone number. So they're either going to give you a fake number or a fake email or an email they don't really use, like a secondary email or a secondary phone number. You're not going to get the best information. As opposed to with a lead ad, they say, yes, I want that free thing. Their information comes up pre-populated. So their name, their email, their phone number, it's already in there. And all they have to do is click one more time to basically confirm that they want to get that free offer. And now what it's going to do, it's going to trigger that information, that name, email, and phone number that's pre-populated, they don't have to fill out, to be sent to High Level. Now again, High Level is going to be that super app, that Swiss Army knife of apps that's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Okay, so the first thing that you can program it to do is a call connect. So that means that you can get a call right when the lead comes in, because we know that if you don't touch base with the lead within 5 to 15 minutes, your conversion rate goes down substantially. So you can get a call connect within that first 15-minute period. It could be 1 minute, 5 minutes. You can set it to whatever you want, where it's going to ring you and it's going to say, hey, you've got a new lead, John Smith. Do you want to connect the call? You press 1. It's going to connect you to that person that just opted in, that dentist, chiropractor, gym owner, whatever niche you're targeting. Okay, so that's one thing. The next thing you can have set up in the sequence is you can have automatic emails go out. You can also have automatic text go out. And you can also have an automatic straight to voicemail message go out in any sequence you want. And also in addition to that, even Facebook Messenger as well is something you can program in. But so you can have the call connect, and then you can have an email sent to them saying, hey, here's your free thing that we offered you. We could have a text go out to them that also gives them some value and maybe gives them a call to action to re-engage with us. And then same thing with a voicemail, and you can set this up to any sequence you want. So maybe the live call connect happens within the first 5 minutes. Maybe an email gets sent out 10 minutes later, and then maybe another email the next day, another email 2 days later. Same thing with text message, same thing with voicemail. You can sequence that out, okay? The other thing that's gonna happen within high level is you're going to have a CRM built in, which stands for client relation management. And that's going to keep everything organized. So the thing about high level is they actually built a duplicate, or I should say a clone of my favorite CRM out there, which is a company called Pipedrive. So there's a lot of CRMs. You guys have probably heard of Salesforce and some of the bigger ones. My favorite by a pretty good margin is Pipedrive because it's what's called a visual CRM, meaning that you can take a look at a glance and you can see where everybody's at in your pipeline. So it's a really, really cool software, but instead of it being separate, kind of like its own app, they've actually built it into high level. So it's kind of like a clone, if you will, of Pipedrive, so you can have that kind of built in with all these other features, okay? So I'm gonna walk you guys more through the specifics of, like on my screen, of how we set this up. But this is kind of the overview of how you can bring people in. You can run them from a lead ad, and you can bring them into this super app so that you can keep the lead organized, and you can have these points of contact, whether that's a live call connect, an email, a text, a voicemail, a Facebook Messenger message, all different sorts of ways that we can stay connected with that client and make sure that we're nurturing them. Because again, it's not just about getting the lead in, it's about that entire nurturing process that happens. And so if you can have a single app that does that all on autopilot, that's super easy to set up, super easy to learn and implement, you're gonna be way, way, way ahead of the game, okay? So we're gonna have a link for this so you guys can download this software, an affiliate link, and you're gonna have not only a free trial that you can access, but with our affiliate link specifically, you're gonna be able to access a lot of our sequencing. So this different sequencing that we do here, when we program the live call to connect to work together with an email and a text, straight to voicemail message, Facebook Messenger, that kind of thing. Instead of you having to build that yourself, which is pretty easy, we're actually going to include some of our best sequences so that you can access it with the link. So you have to get it through our link to do that, but you're gonna have all of those sequences kind of ready to go in the box, so you can not only, again, have a free trial, but you can have all of that stuff already done for you. So when you start running this to get clients, you'll have it just ready to go. So again, we'll kind of dive in more to the specifics of how to set this up, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an overview of what we're gonna do. And then obviously you guys should go and get that free trial of high level so that you can get ready to get the leads flowing in for your business. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Aloha from Maui, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Aloha and welcome to the second part of this lesson where we're gonna talk about how to use paid ads to find clients in a little bit more detail. Now, the good news is the same strategies that we're consulting clients on how they can get clients is the same strategy we're gonna use for ourselves. Now, again, we wanna look at kind of the common denominator here, which is we are trying to impact sales, right? This most important top line number, most important number on the balance sheet, this is what we're trying to impact. And so the number one and number two things that are going to affect this number, number one is going to be digital marketing, and number two is going to be apps, right? And so again, we don't want to focus on the entire world of digital marketing or the entire world of apps. We want to focus in on the most powerful in each of these categories to get started. That's going to be the fastest for us to learn for our business and the fastest for us to implement in our business. So I started in print on demand back in late 2013, early 2014, and I was number one basically in the whole industry. My very first month, we did over $1 million in sales. And so the reason I was able to be number one in a whole industry month one was not because I focused on all the areas of digital marketing or all the areas of apparel. I literally focused in on, okay, what is going to be the fastest for me to learn and the fastest for me to implement, right? And so this is going to hold true for what you do for your clients and also what you do for yourself and your own marketing efforts with paid ads, right? And so if we look at the digital marketing side, number one tool we're going to use is going to be Facebook. You know, companies have grown anywhere from, you know, $10,000 companies, $100,000 companies, all the way up to multi-billion-dollar companies, literally solely just using Facebook. So you can grow just about any size company you want, having Facebook be your primary or maybe even only marketing method, right? And then for apps, the primary app that we're going to use is going to be an app called High Level. And with High Level, we'll give you access to all of our custom built snapshots, which are basically sequences so that you don't have to build them. So when you're sending out those automatic emails and text messages and live call connects and all these things that are going to automate the process both for your own sales and for your client sales, you're going to be able to do this with pre-built sequences that we have loaded in for you. All you have to do is just make sure that you download the free trial from our link that'll be above or below this video. Once you get that free trial, we'll have all of our own custom sequences loaded up for you. So definitely, if you haven't gotten the free trial yet of High Level, you know, click the link above or below and check that out. But we're going to talk more about it on this video so you can kind of see the power of it. But this is how I want to focus. Now, High Level is not just any kind of app. This is in what I call a super app, or kind of a Swiss Army knife app. And these have only really come around in the last year. So High Level's only been around for 12 months, and you're only just starting to see these kind of super apps emerge where you have 10 different softwares built into one. And so this is so powerful, because in the old days of the internet, I joke, you know, the old days of the internet is about 5 years ago. Everything had to be built using individual Lego blocks. Then it went to kind of a phase 2 in the last 2 to 3 years when Shopify came out and you had an app store. So now, instead of building with individual Lego blocks, you can have the pre-assembled pirate ship, the pre-assembled castle, the pre-assembled train station ready to go in the box, right? So you don't have to build with individual Lego blocks anymore. Made it much faster. Now with super apps, imagine you having 10 apps in one, or 10 Lego structures pre-built all in one box. So you have the castle, the pirate ship, the rocket ship, the train station, 10 different structures pre-built in the box, when it was just 5 years ago that you were having to build with individual Lego blocks. So it's really awesome how this has evolved. And for a consulting company in the digital marketing world, we're going to be one of the biggest benefactors of this new technology coming out. So it's huge for us, and I'll show you how it works as we get into a little bit more into High Level. So basically, the way that these things impact sales, number one and number two, is really in a sequential fashion. So if we look at the number one thing, which is Facebook, right? Now, Facebook isn't just Facebook, right? Underneath in the Facebook Ads Manager, we have Instagram, we have Messenger, we have WhatsApp, we have all of Facebook's partners all managed under Facebook Ads, right? And so when we have a Facebook ad, we can run specifically what's called a lead ad, right? And this is, again, one of the ways we can break things down to kind of the common denominator of what is the most powerful ad for you and your business. And the two most powerful ads are going to be both lead ads and messenger ads. But we're going to talk specifically about lead ads right now, because what you can do is you can capture name, email, and phone number. All right. And so the goal here is to have this be your engine for leads, right? So you put money in here into Facebook ads, right? With the goal that you get more money out, right? So doing it like this does work, and that's why people are profitable off of just Facebook ads alone, and that's why it is the number one thing that impacts sales. But there's another piece to this. So instead of just running ads and, let's say, having this just, you know, go to an Excel spreadsheet or something like that, why don't we think about it a little bit more in depth? So what we're going to use is we're going to use an intermediary tool called Zapier. And this is kind of a connection tool. So what this is going to do is it's going to connect Facebook ads to other softwares. Now, a couple years ago, this was huge because we could take Zapier and we could connect it into maybe Aweber or MailChimp for our for our email autoresponder, into something like Scipio for text messaging, into something like Pipedrive for a CRM. And these were all separate zaps, right? So you had to make kind of separate places that you would send this information. You know, maybe one to an email autoresponder, one to a text message autoresponder, one to a CRM, and on and on and on. And you had to log into all of these different data silos or all of these different companies to access the information in those different areas. So what High Level does is it basically puts two apps in one, and all we have to do is now do one connection, right, from Zapier into High Level, and they're going to have our email autoresponder built in, our text message autoresponder built in, our live call connect. So it's going to be able to do live call connects with recording. So it records the calls. It's going to be able to do Facebook Messenger, straight to voicemail drops. And on top of that, it's going to be a CRM. It's going to have a review system to get reviews both for your business and for other businesses. CRM, by the way, stands for Client Relations Management. It's basically a way that you can keep track of all of your leads, which is one of the biggest things. And High Level has one of the best ones in there. It's basically a copy of Pipedrive, which is what's called a visual CRM, which is my favorite kind of CRM, or my favorite CRM is definitely Pipedrive. So they took that and they put it into High Level so that you have it all built in. So you can imagine that now, instead of having to zap this information, name, email, and phone number to all these different places, and then have to log into all the different places to access your CRM, or to access your Facebook Messenger, or to access an automatic text message, or to access an automatic email, now you can do this all in one. And your business, the businesses that you sell to, can also access this all in one platform. And you can even white label it for yourself, which is awesome, right? And so this is where, right up here, we said, hey, we can just use Facebook by itself and we'll get, money back, right? And that's why Facebook is so powerful. But if we have a nurturing system that can run it through all of these different ways that we can nurture the client, right? Keeping track of them through a client management system, having automatic emails to go out to them, automatic text messages, automatic call connects with us or our sales team, Facebook Messenger messages, voicemails, all of that stuff increases substantially the amount of revenue that we can see out of the other side, right? So that's why we talk about, we want to have both of these, right? We want to have digital marketing in the form of Facebook, which alone will convert every dollar we put in into profit just by itself, right? But then if we add apps, and in this case a super app like High Level, right? Now we can increase that amount of output for every dollar that we put into Facebook, because we have this entire nurturing process going on right here, right? Okay, so we're nurturing the clients. All right, and so let's take a look at exactly how this can be set up for your own business, and to give you guys an idea. Okay, so when we set up an ad, all you do here is, we're in the Facebook Ads Manager. You would just create on, this is the campaign level. We'll go ahead and create a campaign. And you'll see here on the left, you have three levels of the ad itself. You have the campaign level, the ad set, and then the actual ad creative, okay? So you can see underneath each one of these what specifically you select for each of those categories. So in campaign, all you're gonna do is choose if there's a special ad category, which for this we're not doing anything related to credit, employment, or housing, right? And we're gonna choose the objective, which in this case is going to be a lead generation ad. So we're just gonna click on lead generation. And that's basically all we need to do for campaign level, is just that, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna click continue, and you're gonna choose your Facebook page. So this would be whatever you are running your agency from. We're gonna talk about ways that you can actually run an agency from a software called Kajabi. We'll talk about that in some other videos. Dentist Digital, this site right here is a ad agency specifically for dentists, and this is built on Kajabi. So this is gonna be our website, our merchant account, email follow-up with our clients. There's gonna be a lot built into this as well, and I would also consider this really an app platform or a super app. There's a lot of things built into just this Kajabi software here that's running this site. So if you're using high level plus Kajabi, you really have a whole arsenal of software working at your fingertips within minutes or seconds to set it up, okay? So we're gonna choose our Facebook page, whatever our company is. So your equivalent of Dentist Digital, maybe you're doing stuff for gyms, maybe you have a general agency for consulting all sorts of companies. Whatever that is would go over there. So if you're looking for a specific demographic, what you can do is come over here to detailed targeting and click on edit. And let's say if we were working for, and let's say we were looking for a specific trade like a dentist, we could put in dentist and we could see a few different things here. One, we could see people that are interested in dentistry. Now, if we're gonna do something like this, we wanna have it be a little bit smaller, right? We wanna have it be like, see here, we have pediatric dentistry as 4 million people, cosmetic dentistry, 9 million. Those are still pretty big numbers, right? There's not that many dentists out there that are on this category, right? A lot of those people are just interested in getting it for themselves. So if you're trying to target, let's say, dentists, you're gonna have to get a little bit more creative. You're gonna have to come in here and pick some of these smaller categories, like let's say pediatric dentist, and then you're gonna have to click down here where it says narrow audience, and they also have to match another dental category, okay? So we might put in dentist here and say, okay, what about cosmetic dentistry, right? So they're interested in both pediatric and cosmetic, 310,000. So that's gonna be a better chance of that having to do with an actual dentist. Now, even then, you're not gonna target just dentists, right? So our goal here is to guess as good as we can to get some pretty good leads flowing in. Once we have some data on our ads and people are actually clicking it, meaning dentists and dentist office are actually clicking on it, then we can do what's called lookalike audiences, and we don't really have to guess at the audience anymore. Facebook's actually gonna find us our audience, right? So this is just kind of the preliminary setup here where we have to kind of guess in the beginning because we don't have any preliminary data yet, okay? So once we have the audience that we want to test, we're gonna just come down here, languages, we can select English, all, and then come down here. We can leave this as automatic. Some different cost control options there, but if you want to leave this alone, you can for now and just set the daily budget to $20. And then we would come over here and we would select our Facebook and our Instagram account. And then this is where we would actually have the ad creative itself. And so this could be something as simple as you giving away something for free in exchange for somebody giving you their information, right? And so we can come up with all sorts of ideas with, you know, what to do for, let's say, a dental client. You give them a free consultation or a free report on their business, or you give them a free video class, which you can deliver through Kajabi on how they can, you know, up their business. There's a lot of things that we can do here, but the main thing to understand is we're giving out an offer, and in exchange for that offer that we're giving to that business, we're gonna get their information, okay? So we're gonna set that up in here and build this ad. And then ultimately, we're gonna have a form, okay? So we're gonna click here and it's gonna ask us to build a lead form. The only thing we really wanna make sure we do here is we wanna click on this and put it to open so that the ad can be shared. We can leave this on more volume. Intro, we can get rid of that, so we can just toggle that off. Questions, we wanna ask for email, full name, and also phone number, okay? So we'll click up here where it says contact fields, phone number. Privacy policy, we're gonna put, for text, generally just put privacy. And then for the link, you're gonna put the link to the privacy policy on your website. Now make sure you do this, because if you don't, or you don't have a privacy policy on your website, Facebook can flag you for this and they won't approve the ad. So make sure you put the link here to your privacy policy on your website. And then lastly, you're gonna build the thank you screen. So this is after the information has been submitted. It's already been pulled into high level via Zapier. This is just your last page that you're gonna leave them with, but you can use this as a way to sell. And so one of the things that we're going to show you how to do is how to set this up. So you're going to set it to view website, but your button text is actually going to be opting them into your Facebook Messenger list. And so we'll show you how to do that. But for now, what we can do is we can leave this as a call business, and it could say, thanks, you're all set. Something to the effect of, for immediate assistance, please push the button below to give us a call. Something like that, right? And then we can enter in our number here. We can say call now, and then just put our number down there, okay? All right, so once that's saved, we're going to come over here to Zapier, because if we remember, we're taking the leads here from Facebook. Once they submit their name, email, phone number on that ad, it's going to go through Zapier. So all we have to do in Zapier is set up a very, very simple funnel. And I'll build a clone of this one just so you can see it. So all this is saying is when this happens, do this, right? So when a new lead comes in from Facebook, and we'll click edit so you can see, basically this is what we picked. We picked Facebook lead ads as our app. We chose our account, which is going to be our Fusion Fit account. We chose the page that it's coming from, the Facebook page, and then the form itself. So when you make a form right here, you're going to have a name of that form. Okay, so we picked the name of that form that it's pulling from, and that's it, okay? And then we're done. And then now we're going to say, okay, once that information comes in, do this. So again, we choose our high-level app. We choose a campaign. So the campaign that we chose is right here, campaign 1. You can see the leads coming in here. Now, by the way, when you download your free trial of this software, we should have a link above or below this video. It will come with all of these sequences preloaded. So those are all custom that we've built for you guys as students. So make sure that you download the free trial through our link so you guys can access all of these pre-built sequences. But here's just a very simple one. So when the lead comes in, it says there's a text message, there's an email, and then there's a live call connect. So the first thing that happens is they get a text. It says, aloha, my name is Elijah. Thank you for expressing interest. Want to set up a good time for you to set up your 2-week trial. Next thing, 4 minutes later, is an email that goes out and says pretty much the same thing, right? So we're hitting it with multiple touch points. And then 7 minutes later, we're going to do a live call connect, meaning it's going to call our sales team at the gym. It's going to notify them they have a new lead and what the lead's name is. And then they're going to press a button on their keypad, and it's going to connect the call to that person so that they can touch base within the first 10 to 15 minutes of when that person opted in, okay? So in Zapier, all that is, again, we're taking the information from Facebook. We connect it into our high-level account. We chose the campaign that we're using, which is campaign 1. And then we just selected from this drop-down over here the information that we wanted. So we put full name right here under the full name tab. Under phone number, we just pulled the drop-down. We clicked phone number. Under email, clicked email. Same thing. And then the only other thing we did was the time created. So we know when the lead came in, and we just come down to where it says created time, and we click on that one. And that's it. And then we click done editing. And then all we would do is just click right here on this little toggle in the top right, and we would just turn that lead, we would turn that zap on, okay? And now it's on, okay? That's it. So once that's going, now it's gonna be feeding the campaign over here, and those leads are gonna start to come in on this dashboard. So we're gonna see them come in, and they're all going to go through that sequence. So we can see that if we click on conversations, now these are unread. So here we can see we have one unread message so far. Again, the automatic text message already went out right here. The automatic email went out right here. We can see that. If we look there, and then you can see that the person responded, okay? So that's all handled right there. And then we also have our CRM which is going to have everybody right here as the leads come in. So instead of this going into a static Excel spreadsheet, which is what we did a couple years ago, and at the time it was the latest and greatest thing because just lead ads on its own was so powerful, now we've taken it 10 steps further, right? So now not only are we running people through that whole sequence, but we're also able to have them in a CRM where we can move them to left message, follow up, scheduled appointment, claim free week, or became a member. So we can easily track where everybody's at in the process. And there's also an app for this, right? So you can do this for your own business, for the leads coming in. It's gonna help you to be really, really organized with your leads. Now, we don't just have the ability to do text message, email, and a call. We also have the ability to add both Facebook Messenger messages as well as straight to voicemail messages. So we have both of those at our fingertips as well, okay? So these are all the different things that we can do in that sequence, okay? So this is huge. I mean, we've implemented this for our own business, for businesses that we own, like Fusion Fit, and it's incredibly powerful. I mean, there's really nothing like this out there. So this software is really, really cool. You can white label it. You can offer it to your clients so that they can have access to this stuff under your own personal brand, and you can charge them whatever you want per month to use it, which is very powerful. And also you can use it for your own business, which we have several businesses, like I was mentioning, that use this software, and it's incredibly powerful, okay? So that's the basics on that. Now, one little thing, when you're setting up this connection and you hook up the Zapier into high level, another thing that you can do here to put it into the actual CRM is you set up a trigger. And we also include all these triggers when you download from our link, which will be above or below this video. But I'll show you just a simple one here that we have running. So what this is saying is when the campaign gets added, so when that lead ad comes in and Zapier is going to shoot that lead into campaign 1, when that happens, what we want to do is add an opportunity, and then we name the opportunity, so we call it Fusion Fit, and we say info submitted, and we say it's on 100. So we'll be talking more about this software and getting into more detail on some of the stuff that you can do, but definitely, if you haven't yet, definitely download the free trial of the app. It's going to be something that you use a ton, not only for your own consulting business, but also for your clients. And so there should be a link above or below this video. We'll be including all the campaigns that I showed you. There's also things called triggers, which will have all of those. We'll talk more about that. But all of these things will be preloaded so that you guys can just hit the ground running and have all of this stuff ready to go. So again, instead of having to build with individual Lego blocks like we did 4 or 5 years ago, now it's like just within high level, you have 10 pre-built Lego structures ready to go. And instead of you having to spend $50,000 or $100,000 plus to build something like this and wait months and months and months, if not years, you can have it working at your fingertips, white labeled for you, for your company, literally within minutes. So that power is something that's only existed in the last 12 months. And that's why this trend is such a viable opportunity, because it allows you to bring so much value to the table for both you and your clients so quickly, when it was just a few years ago that something like this would have taken a lot of money and a lot of time to code. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this walkthrough, and I will see you guys on the next one. Aloha.